So I'm getting ready to show you how to be able to go ahead and create what I believe to be the best sharp lock build, not only for rec, pro-am, but also for the park. You're going to be able to be an on-ball lock and be able to snipe from the hash, right? And that's what this channel is all about, is dedicated to the sharp lock. So let's go ahead and get this built out here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go left hand. And a lot of people say left and right hand doesn't matter, but it actually does, because it's easier to drift to your dominant hand. So for me, I like to play on the right hash. So a lot of the times I like to drift to the corner, so I like to be able to drift a little bit easier to the left. Or if I'm playing on the right hash, I like to drift to the middle as opposed to the corner. So just keep that in mind. It's not to say you can't drift to the opposite hand, but whatever side you're most comfortable drifting to, make that your dominant hand. So I'm going to leave it at left. I'm going to hit continue. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start building this out, right? So what I'm going to go is point guard 6'6". For the weight, we're going to go 208, just so we can get a little bit more strength, so we can get a little bit bumpier and don't get bullied. And then for the wingspan, I'm going to go 6'8", because we're going to go ahead and go for a 92 3 ball. Now, wait, before you say, yo, but what about the goal limitless? I'm going to show you here why that's not going to matter as much as you think. So let's go ahead and get the rest of this kind of built out, right? So the first thing that we're going to focus on is going to be our three ball. So we're going to max out our 3 ball to the highest amount that we can go. So that's going to be 92. It's going to give us a lot of the badges that we need on gold. Now, you're not going to have limitless on gold, but I truly believe that the way shooting is this year on 2K24, it's going to be a lot easier for you to be able to green, right? You can be inside of the hash, just slightly inside the hash when you have silver, even a little bit behind the hash. And then think about it, once you get your takeover, it's money. You're going to be able to shoot from a lot deeper, right? So kind of think about that. The cost to go from 92 to 96 to 99 is extremely expensive. And what we want to think about is, like, I want to shoot the ball as effective as I possibly can from the 3 ball, but I also want to be able to play defense. You're going to see how we're going to make this be a 2-way lock, right? So that's going to be the first thing we're going to do. The next thing that we're going to do is our defense, right? Because the 2 key categories you want to focus on is going to be our shooting and our defense. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring our perimeter defense down to 94. You're going to see here, this is going to pretty much give us everything almost purple once I start adding in the additional attributes. So we're going to go 94. For the steal, we're going to go 91, right? Because what we truly want is we want the interceptor to be in them lanes. We want glove and we want right stick ripper. So right now you can see here that we now can shoot the 3 ball at a high clip, and we're going to be able to go ahead and really play defense and be an on-ball lock as well. So the next thing that I'm going to work on is our physicals, right? That's the next thing. In order for us to be able to be agile, not only coming off those screens, right? Coming off, being able to get ready to play defense, keeping up with these guards, we want to make sure that our speed is right. So for our acceleration, we're going to go 84. And for our speed, we're going to go 82. Okay, now one thing you got to keep in mind is that once you get mama mentality, you're going to be able to increase, all your categories are going to be increased. Once you get takeover, your categories are going to be increased as well. So just kind of keep that in mind as we're going through this. The next thing I'm going to do is my stamina, right? Again, we're keeping up with this little guards. We're moving a lot on the court. If you're thinking you're playing threes, you're going to be moving a lot, right? You're going to be trying to get that open spot, or we're here to shoot, right? And then when you're sliding your feet, so it's super important that you keep that in mind there. And then from there, now we're going to go ahead and start working here on our pass, right? Because our goal here is to be able to facilitate the ball as well. If we cannot get a shot open at the hash, we got to be able to quickly dish it to our PG, dish it to the corner, do a cross pass court. And what you don't want is those passes to be slow, right? We're not a primary ball handler. We're not going to put ball handling or dribbling on here. We're just going to focus on the actual pass. So what I'm going to do for the pass, I'm going to go about an 80 to get the good pass styles. You can go 75 if you want to. Again, this is a template, but this is what I believe is going to be the meta when it comes to having a sharp lock that's going to play pro-am and rec and even in the park. So I'm going to go 80. I'm going to put my ball handling about to like 55. And then I'm going to go ahead and drop the speed with ball down to 32. Right? So now what we can do here is that now we can shoot the ball at high clip from the hash. We can go ahead and be an on-ball lock, or be a secondary a secondary lock, right? And then we can go ahead and still pass the ball. But look at where we're at. We're still at 88. So this is give us the opportunity to decide on what direction we want to go. Now, for me, when you're playing on a hash, it's important that your PG is able to call hash cuts, right? So for you to be able to, and if you're playing on-ball lock, it's super important that if you're plucking these PGs, that you're able to go ahead and get down the court and be able to, again, think about taking that shot, you know, if you feel confident, but most of the time you're going to need to be able to make that dunk. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go 80, 86 on the dunk. Okay, is what we're going to go. You're going to see here why we're going 86 to be able to get these badges. Close shot, we're going to go 86. And the reason why we're going to go there is because of what we get to unlock when we get to 86. So you're going to see here, right? We now have Giant Slayer, we have Spot Finder, we have Pro Touch, and then take a look at this here. Now standing dunk, we want to do the driving dunk. So let's take a look here. When you go 86 on the driving dunk, you're going to start to unlock a lot of the things. Now here we got 67, 86. And now watch what happens when we start putting up our strength. So we're going to put our strength up to 74. You're going to see here, right? Look at what starts to happen. We start to unlock clamps. We start to get Fearless Finisher. Okay. And then our vertical, we're going to put that up to 75. Let's see here. Okay. We're going to go 75. Make sure everything is good here. So now we have 86 on our close shot. We're now going to go ahead and get Fearless Finisher, Giant Slayer, Spot Finder, Pro Touch. So you're going to be a threat even on the inside as well. Now, again, all of these things you can be able to modify if you want to. We're going to have a driving layup. 67 is more than enough. We're going to have the Pro Touch, right? Most of the time, we're going to be going for these dunks. You can see here that we have an 86 dunk. Now, what we want to do is we want to get our vertical to 75 so we can go ahead and be able to do this, right? So we have our 92. We have our 80. We have here, we'll put this at 55. We'll have that there, 94. We'll go 91 here. That's going to open up everything for us. We're going to be able to go 75 here. We're going to get the posterizer now on silver, okay? And now we can take a look here for our mid-range. We can go 80 just to be able to shoot at a little bit of higher clip. And then here's going to be our free throw. We can go ahead and put that up to about 76. And now you can see here, right? We're going to be super effective on the inside for the hash cuts and even on the fast breaks, right? We're going to be able to dunk. You're going to get a lot of the dunk animations, right? You get them at 84, but getting into 86, it's going to give you a lot of the badges that you actually need. Our mid-range shot is going to be 80. We're going to be able to shoot at a high clip. 92, we're going to be able to shoot at a high clip as well. Free throws, again, it's just something you can have. 70, 76 is perfectly fine. Pass, we're going to be able to move the rock pretty quickly, right? I think that's the big idea here. The relay passer, you got the dimer. We're here to be able to play defense and pass the ball. Then we're going to have here, we can go 37 on interior defense. We're going to be able to look at our purple badges. We got gold clamps, 94 feet, ankle breakers, challenger, fast feet, pig dodger, workhorse, off-ball pest. We're also going to get glove, interceptor, right stick ripper. And then we're also going to have the speed and the strength to be able to we get bulldozer, right? Like, you're going to be able to really be dominant with this build. So let's go ahead and see what this build actually comes out to be. Right? So take a look at this. Shades of Kenny Smith, Drew Holiday, and Tyrese. Okay, we're going to be a two-way, three-level threat. So this is going to be the build that's truly going to allow you to be able to do so much when it comes to being on the court as a sharp lock and being able to be the on-ball handler, shut down the PGs, and then be able to shoot from a high clip, but also still be able to finish on the inside if you need to change up your game style. But the biggest thing here is that it doesn't matter how good of a rating you have for shooting if you don't have the right jump shot. So go ahead and watch this video right here where I show you the best jump shot for the 6'6" builds, whether it's a pure sharp or a sharp lock. Click that video right there to learn the best jump shot. I'll see you guys in the next video.